going to discuss about this law of success. We do talk about this and we mentioned this, and Dr. Sung-Yun Lee and of course our chairman Han-Gil Park and our leaders do talk about this often. And I do want to take some time today to really get into this concept, the principle, the law of success. And what do we really mean by that, right? So this means we have a clarity of purpose and we have direction. And that is the key to success. And as our successful people, and of course, our chairman, Han-Gil Park, he really encourages us to create a vivid mental image, of you as a successful being. And this image should be as vivid as you can make it. And when you start to have a clear mental image, of yourselves as the successful being, our expressions will change, our actions will change, and eventually we'll naturally change ourselves and think of ourselves as a successful person. So this means our thoughts, it will lead to action, which will lead to results. So even though something hasn't happened yet, our brain will act and change like it already happened, depending on our thoughts. So take a look at this. The subconscious mind accepts the image you create in your mind as reality. And if you keep visualizing them, you will gradually begin to believe what you imagine. So as you continue visualizing day after day, soon you'll begin acting and behave accordance with your mental images. Work toward making them a reality in your life. It will make your literally making your dreams into reality. This is the secret of the law of attraction and, of course, the law of success. So this means mental images, if repeated often, can make great changes in your life and literally make your dreams into reality. If you continuously, let's say, fill up your minds with negative thoughts, and think as a pessimist or a failure, thinking I cannot do this or I cannot become this, you will talk and act and form the habits as a failure. So what do you think? Do you think you'll be able to succeed? No, you will not be able to succeed. Therefore, we're able to see the difference in the eyes of successful people, right? We can see it in their expressions, the way they act. They're different from those who failed. If you visualize negative situations, or difficulties and problems, and continue to do that, your state of mind will gradually become negative. And then you'll become isolated. And then you close your opportunities, you close your mind, and of course your self-esteem will go down, and you cannot achieve success if you're negative and focus on problems continuously. So then you'll feel gloomy and depressed and sad, and that will lead to negative expressions and actions. So we really need to have the mindset for success. If you really have the mindset for success, as you imagine yourselves as successful beings, what will change? Your expressions, your emotions, and your actions again. Everything will be driven to success. So this means, would you have a higher chance of succeeding in Atomy with a failure mindset or a success mindset? That's pretty easy, right? We know the answer. Success mindset, of course. Believing in yourself that you can succeed, which would lead us to take an action with the success mindset. Because we really need to act like how successful people would act to become successful. And this means that we need to create our own movie inside our head to become successful. You have to create a firm image in your mind. Imagine yourselves of this great success here in Atomy. Thinking about what kind of, for example, thinking about what we want to fulfill after we succeed in Atomy. What kind of house do we want to have? What kind of car do we want to have? How can we contribute to our community? How happy would they be after I contribute, after I help my friends and family and my community? So create that movie in your own head and make a firm commitment, and we need to follow through it. So we recite the model all the time, right? When we start meetings, when we enter meetings, our seminars. And if we really do think about it, we say cherish the spirit, create the vision, and then that third line, follow the faith. We say that, right? Follow the faith. What do we mean by that? What does faith mean? This is one of my favorite quotes. It says, faith is seeing light with your heart when all your eyes see is darkness. And also here we go. Martin Luther King Jr. Faith is taking the first step even when you don't see the whole staircase. Isn't that powerful? So what does faith mean? Faith is believing without seeing it. Faith is defined as belief with strong conviction, a firm belief in something for which there be no tangible proof, complete trust, confidence, reliance, devotion, right? That is the opposite of doubt. And even in biblical terms, trust. Okay, we believe in God. You have to trust your entire being that God has your back and that He loves you and He cares for you. Okay, and so we need to trust. So if you think about it, your success is not shown through the eyes of others right now, right? Others can't see your success at the moment. But in your mind, in our mind, we have to have the image of our success. So you have to plant it in your mind to stand above and be at the top of the mountain. You cannot stay on ground below and have the image in your mind of how you are now. You have to take your reality that you have and take it, step it up, take it up. Take your reality above and behind your mindset as a successful being here in Atomy. That will result success. And if we think about it, the law of success is not difficult, but very simple. Okay? Let me ask you this. Is it possible for someone to change their past? It says the quote says you're always free to change your mind and choose a different future or a different past. Okay? It's impossible to change your past, right? Can you put yourself in a time machine like in the movies? We wish, but we can't in reality. The past cannot be changed. How about the present? Can you change something right now? It's also very difficult to try to change your present with what you have and what you do right now. But people want to become wealthy and rich overnight. So what do? They attempt this by getting into lottery, trying to get it by luck. And do they have a high or low chance of becoming wealthy by doing that? Very low chance. The only alternative we have is to change our future. We're in control of that. We may live in the present, but we can go to the future, meaning you can plan out and draw out what you want your future to be like in the next year, 3 years from now, 5 years, 10 years from now. You can plan out what kind of life I want to live. I want to change my future, how I can change my future, because it is all up to me. It is all up to our mind. You can move from a house to your dream house in your mind anytime, right? Isn't that incredible? Your mind is spontaneous. If you draw your future in your mind, you can make it happen. The problem is, we don't think it's possible. The key to this law of success is to create an image, a clear image of ourselves as successful beings. Imagine ourselves that we are already up there. We already made great achievements. It is simple to succeed. You can succeed like these great imperial masters that you see here. If it were difficult, how would have these 7 imperial masters who were just ordinary people working as a forklift driver, housewife, restaurant owner who went bankrupt, failed at other network marketing companies for years and years, and have succeeded in this Atomy business? Or these global leaders all over the world, not just in Korea, but in different countries as well. What do you think? Why do you think they succeeded? This is not just for them. It's not just possible for them, but we can be like them. You can become like them. It's possible for everyone if you truly utilize that law of success. And this is why it is crucial for us to fill out our balanced life scenarios, which will determine our success. Our chairman, Han-Gil Park, always emphasizes this, how it is important for us to fill out this balanced life scenario, to have a vivid picture in our mind as a roadmap to turn our dreams into reality. When we do jot our dreams down, we must put into actions each and every day. Even if you've never thought about success or your dreams, the interesting thing is, as you jot down in your Balanced Life Scenario booklet, repeatedly and read them out loud repeatedly and imagine it in your head every single day, your future will change. And you will change yourself as a successful being. So I do want to ask you now, what are your dreams, Atomians? What is your purpose here? Why did you join Atomy? What would you like to fulfill here in Atomy? It is so comfortable to live a life like how everyone else lives, because we're living an ordinary life, and it does not create fear or doubt. So what do we need to do? The opposite of doubt, we need to have faith. We need to believe in ourselves that we can achieve success. I want to show you a quick video clip by our chairman, Han-gil Park.
A man named Andrew Carnegie was born into a poor family, but became super rich. He became the king of steel, right? How do some people become successful and others failures? He thought carefully about it. He realized that people just didn't know the methods and principles of success. He thought that he should tell many people about the law of success. So he asked Napoleon Hill to find, in 20 years, those 500 successful people, what they had in common, and to summarize his findings as the law of success. Hill found the principles that these people had and how they succeeded. This is what's known as the law of success. This law isn't something that gets set as law by just anybody. It's like the true north principle. It's a principle found by Stephen Covey, meaning that north has already been predetermined. If you look at a compass and it says north, then that means you're looking north. Let's say that we all write letters in blood, seal them, and we call this side north. Just deciding what's north doesn't make it north. It's already been set. Since the law of success is already set, if you follow the law the proper way, you will succeed. And if you live in whatever way you want, then you'll fail. This is like the laws of nature, which are all set. These are some laws. The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. Water flows down from a high to a low place. The law of success is set like the law of nature. Some people call this the law of farming. When a farmer farms, he has to do it according to the laws of nature. You know about farming, right? So when a farmer farms, what's the first thing he needs to do? The very first thing that he has to decide is what and how much he's going to harvest. So there's person A, and person A wants to reap 10 bags of rice. Then there's person B, and person B wants to reap a sack of peanuts. This came up in their minds first. Should the person who wants to harvest rice buy a sand field or a rice paddy? He should buy a rice paddy, right? The person who wants to harvest peanuts shouldn't buy a rice paddy. He should buy the sand field. So depending on what you're going to harvest, everything gets decided, such as the timing of planting, the type of fields, and even the type of farming equipment that you're going to buy, and the type of farmer that you will hire. You must already have in your mind clearly how you will look in the next 3 to 5 years, living a successful life. To build a house, an architect must already have in their mind where the door, the toilet, and the windows will all go. And they must have it with the right dimensions, right? The life that you will visualize in your mind can come true. All you do is visualize. Scientists have said that you can, and there's a lot of evidence to back that up. I'll do a simple experiment. I'll place a pomegranate seed in each of your mouths. It's like a jewel that's sweet and sour as you chew it. As the seeds pop open on your molars, the sweet and sour juice spreads inside of your mouth. And what just happened in your mouth? Did you not just salivate? Call a hospital right away. Even if you didn't actually eat a pomegranate, just thinking about it makes your body react as if you actually did. So, you can change your body. You must clearly see yourself living in a 231 or 330 square meter house or a country home in your mind. You drive a Ferrari or you drive a Benz. Put it in your mind. Think about the color of the car as you drive it around. Imagine how it's set up and tell yourself, I drive a Benz. I make $30,000 a month. I make $50,000 a month. And when you're confident, you'll change your attitude, your way of speaking, and your gaze. You must visualize how you want to live 3, 5, or 10 years from now, and play it in your mind like a movie. If we play this movie over and over again, our lives become like it.
Yes, so the law of success is set. You can really change yourself just by changing your thoughts, just like our chairman, Hongil Park, has stated. If you take a look at every successful beings in the world, Thomas Edison, for example, on the left-hand side, when he created the light bulb, what do you think? He had an image in his mind how this light bulb will be before he took an action to physically put together materials and went through the process and invented a light bulb. Even if he failed many times during this process, he did not give up and continuously hoped to light the world with his invention in his mind. And when experts analyzed Henry Ford's mind, which you see on the right-hand side, he imagined a world flooded with cars where people thought carriages, such as wagons and coaches, were convenient. But what did he do? He changed the world, which started from his mind, where he wanted to invent automobiles that are available for everyone. Therefore, he developed the assembly line to create mass production, which revolutionized the whole automobile industry. As a result, this Ford sold a million of cars and became a world-famous business leader. So no matter what the reality is, successful people were always thinking of their future as successful beings. Success in whatever they set their mind to at all times. And to follow the footsteps of successful leaders, we have made this law of success where we exercise to write down and draw our future, and we need to look at what we wrote and read them out loud repeatedly and think about it repeatedly. So then what happened when people did this? They saw great results of success. And this is why we call it the law of success. So we're very fortunate to have found out about this law of success. So if you would like to succeed in Atomy, just like our chairman Hongil Park has stated, we really need to follow the law of success and follow the footsteps of those who succeeded. We need to create an image of life we want in the future. This is the most basic principle. We have to write them down in our balanced life scenario booklet. For example, we need to think about what kind of house we want to live in the future, but not just any house. Okay, but it needs to be a house that we're crazy about, our dream house. Wow, I truly, truly want to live in this specific house, and you can't wait to live in that kind of house. If you're thinking about a specific house in your mind, it's because it is possible to make it come true. The law of success is just like that. Okay, keep going until you succeed. Okay, keep thinking in your mind. Okay, keep going until you succeed, until it becomes possible. That is how you succeed. Thomas Edison said this: many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. You know, he failed many times trying to create that light bulb, but he kept going. And what did he say? He held on when others let go and gave up. That's how he created success. This is why we need to think of our purpose. What is our purpose in Atomy? What is our goals and dreams? What kind of path do I want to be on to succeed? With that, we have to keep our eyes on the road to success, and not trail off. As we sincerely jot down in our life scenarios, our Balanced Life Scenarios booklet, with all our heart, and say to ourselves, if I can only become like this, if I can really fulfill all these things that I wrote down in my Balanced Life Scenarios, if I can really serve others, to live a life you've always dreamed of, it will become easier and easier for us to take actions each and every day with Atomy. It'll become easier for us to sacrifice, willing to sacrifice our time in order to achieve greater things in our lives that we wrote in our Balanced Life Scenario booklets. And this road to success might not be so easy. Okay, we might face challenges here and there because it is unfamiliar. Atomy is unfamiliar to us when we first meet for the first time. Okay, and this familiarity will become comfortable as you get involved. Okay, that's how it's everything simple here in Atomy. You don't need to think of this as a complicated concept, complicated business. It's not complex. When you use the products and like it, okay, what's the first thing that comes in your mind? Oh my gosh, I want to tell this to my family, to my mom and my dad, my husband, my family, and my friends, because I want the same thing for them. You want to share the goodness. But when you do share with your husband, your wife, daughter, sons, aunts, uncles, friends, coworkers, everybody, do you think everyone will say yes to Atomy and everyone will use it? Of course not. But what do you do? What do? We continuously share the goodness and keep sharing about Atomy. Why? Because we have a purpose here. We have a clear image in our mind of how we want our future to be, how we want our business to be, because we know what we're doing here in Atomy, why we chose Atomy. We know we're not sharing something that is bad or put a negative effect on others, but we know it will benefit others as we use absolute quality and absolute price products. And Maria explained greatly to us about our toothpaste and toothbrushes, and we have many people who love our products. And it can even change other people's lives. So this means you first have to trust this company, and you have to build trust and confidence in this company so that you can share this greatly amongst others. And when your consumers like the products, then what do you do next? Hey, come to the meeting, come to the seminar, come to Success Academy, watch it online with me. Okay, come and listen. Okay, you invite them, right? Continuously share and, invite them to our meeting so they can see the vision and build their business. And so you can build business partners, share the goodness because you know what you want in this Atomy business. You have a purpose. You have a clear image in your head of how you want your future to be. And as you continuously share everywhere to everyone, eventually you'll find those people who are actually looking for Atomy business. We're trying to find those people each and every day. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, we're sharing to the whole world so we can find those gems, those precious diamonds that are hiding under the dirt. So our job is to dig and dust off those dirt so we can find true precious diamonds that are looking for Atomy. They're waiting to be discovered. So just like how we need to dust off those dirt to find out if it's diamond or not, we need to continuously tell our friends and family to come to the seminar, use the products, watch the seminar with me, use the products, watch the seminar with me, use the products. That's what we do continuously. That's it. This business is not hard. I promise you. So before I end, I would like to share a quick inspirational video by our chairman, Han-gil Park, who really defines and sums up what I really wanted to talk to you about today.
어차피 꿈을 꿔봐야 이루어지지도 않을 거니까 현실이라는 것을 받아들이고 현실이라는 걸로 만족하자. 또 어떤 사람들은 또 그렇게 가르치는 분들이 있어요. 그게 유일하게 행복해지는 방법이라고 마음을 비우라고 가르치는 분들이 있거든요. 그런데 저는 거기에 결코 동의하고 싶지가 않은 거예요. 과거는 바꿔요, 못 바꿔요? 못 바꿔요. 현재는 당장에 바꿀 수 있어요? 안 바뀌어요. 그렇죠? 유일한 방법이 있어요. 뭐냐면은요, 우리가 미래로 가는 거예요. 자, 미래가 우리에게 계속 지금 다가오고 있죠. 예. 그런데 이 다가오는 미래가 어떤 미래만 내게 다가오도록 해야 되냐면은, 내가 먼저 미래로 가가지고 내가 바람직한 미래를 만드는 거예요. 다 생각할 수 있어요. 그런데 사람들이 그 생각을 뭉개버려요. 말도 안 돼, 말도 안 돼. 내가 어떻게 좋은 차를 타고 다녀? 말도 안 돼, 말도 안 돼. 내가 어떻게 70평짜리 아파트에 살아? 아이고, 말도 안 돼. 자기가 다 뭉개고 집 받고 막 이러고 있는 거예요. 근데 성공한 사람은 어떤 사람이냐? 맞아, 나도 잘 살 수 있어. 나도 도와주면서 살 수 있어. 그래, 나도 한 달에 3천만 원 벌고 5천만 원도 벌고 7천만 원도 벌 수 있어. 이렇게 생각을 하는 사람, 그렇게 할 수 있다고 스스로를 믿는 사람, 그 생각이 아주 적은 생각이지만 그 생각을 점점점 키워나가는 사람, 그것이 학력의 차이도 아니고 다른 능력의 차이가 아니에요. 생각하는 힘, 사고력의 차이예요. 이 사고의 근육을 길러야 되는 거예요. 여러분들 처음에는요, 그 가능성이 조그맣게 머릿속에 떠올라요. 그러면 그거를 생각을 계속 키우는 사고의 근육을 만들어야 돼요. 지식의 양으로 성공하는 게 아니에요. 간절함으로, 성공할 수 있다는 확신으로, 머릿속에 그 확신이 들어있다 보니까 사람이 바뀌어버린 거예요. 여러분들, 여러분 머릿속에 어떤 모습으로 성공을 할 것인가 하는 것이 명확하게 머릿속에 돌아가기만 하면은 여러분의 몸이 바뀌고 여러분의 표정이 바뀌고 성공자의 모습으로 바뀌어버린다 하는 거예요. 그러니까 우리의 몸은 우리 머릿속에서 뭐를 생각하느냐에 따라 가지고 바뀌어버리는 특징이 있어요. 그러니까 실제로 일어나지 않은 일인데도 불구하고 실제 일어나는 거하고 똑같이 우리 몸은 바뀌고 변한다 하는 거예요. 나는 어떤 사람으로 살아갈 거다 하는 것을 인생 시나리오에다가 적는 거예요. 그래서 한 편의 영화를 만드는 거예요. 인생 시나리오 쓰다 보면은 사실 정말 내가 한 달에 5천만 원을 버는 사람이 될 수 있을까? 정말 그렇게 됐으면 좋겠는데 안 되면 어떡할까 싶어서 그걸 쓰는 것이 참 힘들 수가 있어요. 어떤 분들은 그냥 펜만 들었다 놨다 밤새 그렇게 하다가 한 줄도 못 썼다는 분도 계시더라고요. 여러분, 그렇더라도요, 펜을 잡고 용기를 내서 쓰세요. 그 마음이 안 들면은요, 정말 간절하게 매달리세요. 자기 마음이 변하도록. 이 문제는 그냥 그런 생각이 안 든다, 힘든다, 쓰기 힘들다고 그래갖고 버려둘 문제가 아니란 말이에요. 가능성이 낮더라도, 그 가능성 1%도 안 되더라도 10%도 안 되더라도 그 가능성을 계속 붙들고 그쪽으로 가야 되는 거예요. 성공은요, 가능성이 높아서 성공하는 게 아니에요. 적은 가능성이지만 그쪽을 향해서 가는 것이 성공이에요. 가능하기 때문에 떠오른 거예요. 그래서 그거를 적으라 이거예요. 그리고 나는 이렇게 되겠노라고 계속 다짐을 해나가는 거예요. 그 다짐하는 좋은 방법이 뭐냐면요, 옆에 사람들에게 발표하고요, 가족들에게 발표를 하는 거예요. 물론 미쳤다는 얘기를 들을 가능성은 매우 높습니다. 예. 그런데 평생 살아가면서 미쳤다는 얘기를 한 번도 듣지 않은 사람은요, 한 번도 열정적으로 살지 않은 사람인 거예요. 정말 열정적으로 사는 사람은요, 주변에 미쳤다는 얘기를 반드시 듣게 돼 있어요. 그런데 사람들은요, 대개 미쳤다는 소리를 들을까 봐 두려워하는 거예요. 여러분, 미쳤다는 소리를 듣겠다는 내는 용기가 필요한 거예요. 그래서 여러분들 용기를 내서 가족들에게, 주변 사람들에게 발표를 하세요. 그리고 여러분들이 그렇게 발표함으로 말미암아서 여러분들의 비전은 더욱 강화가 되는 거예요. 얘기할 때마다 여러분들이 그 비전 안으로 빠져드는 거예요. 그거를 얘기하는 것은 두려움이 있는 거예요. 여러분, 용기라고 하는 것은요, 두려움을 느끼지 못하는 것이 용기가 아니에요. 두려움을 느끼지만은 그 두려움과 맞서는 것이 용기인 거예요. 그런 두려움을 극복을 해서 내가 성공자가 될 거라고 선언하는 것, 이 용기가 필요한 거예요. 우리는 태어날 때 부자로 태어나거나 가난뱅이로 태어나거나 어떻게 태어났든지 상관없이 내가 어떤 생각을 하고 살아가느냐가 내 삶을 결정해버린다 하는 겁니다. 그래서 미래를 쪼무르는 것은요, 비용도 안 들어가고요, 너무너무 쉬운 거예요. 그러니까 그거를 마음껏 쪼물러 가지고 그 미래가 내한테 다가올 때쯤 되면 어떤 미래가 와야 되냐면은 반드시 내 의도가 들어가 있는 미래가 내한테 오도록 해야 돼요. 우리는 나 혼자가 아니잖아요. 나 혼자 힘들다고 주저앉아버린다고 끝나는 것이 아니란 말이에요. 내가 힘들어서 주저앉으면 내 아내가, 내 남편이, 내 부모가, 내 자식이 다 같이 주저앉아야 되는데, 그래서 우리는 일어서야 되는 거예요. 내가 성공을 하면은 내 아내가, 내 남편이, 내 부모가, 내 자식이 같이 성공할 수 있기 때문에, 정말 내 가슴 속에 사랑하는 이들이 있기 때문에 우리는 두렵지만은 용기를 내야 된다 하는 겁니다. 성공은 용기 있는 자들의 것입니다. 모두 용기를 내서 성공자가 되시기를 바랍니다. 마치겠습니다.